Right to be Right podcast, episode number 12, the Book Magnet series, magnet number 1, the book cover.
You are listening to the Right to be Read podcast, and this is your host, Ani Alexander.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Right to be Read podcast, the podcast that encourages and inspires writers. I'm your host, Ani Alexander, and this is the first episode from the Book Magnet series. This week, I will be releasing one episode every single weekday where I will cover one book magnet per episode. By book magnet, I mean those book elements which have nothing to do with the book text, but are the things that potential readers see first before buying the book. If you haven't heard this term, don't worry, you were not supposed to know that, because book magnets is a term which I made it up myself. So, this week, we will talk about 5 different book magnets. First, book cover. Second, book title. Third, book blurb. Fourth, book reviews. And fifth, book price. And today, we are at magnet number 1, which is the book cover. So, fortunately or unfortunately, people judge the book by its cover, and that's a fact. Especially books which they have not read yet. The book cover has to get the first attention, so later people look at the other details. It has to look professional too. That is why, if you are not a good designer, I would not recommend that you do consider doing your cover yourself. Many order a book cover from Fiverr.com because it's the most affordable option. I wouldn't recommend that too. I understand that it's very simple. You pay just $5 and get a cover, but unfortunately what you get does look as cheap as it costs most of the time, and many people could just by looking at the cover see how unprofessional and cheap they are. So, just don't go to Fiverr.com. I wouldn't recommend that at all. Of course, the ideal situation would be just hiring a well-known designer who's perfect, who's very professional, so he comes up with a customized, great cover for you, which will sell your book itself. But unfortunately, customized professional covers are very expensive, and many of us can't afford it, well, at least yet. That is why I would like to recommend the option of looking through pre-made covers for your books. At least they look much better than Fiverr ones. And you can get those for under $100, so they are very affordable as well. Besides that, sometimes you don't imagine your book cover well enough to make a good brief to the designer. So with the pre-made covers, you look at the catalog, you go through the covers, you see what you see. It's very easy to imagine what it will look like once just the title, text, and the author name is changed, and you can understand for yourself whether you like it or you don't. Also, we should consider that non-fiction and fiction covers are different because they have, let's say, a different mission. For example, the non-fiction cover has to somehow show the benefit of the book, and ideally, one should visually see what problem does the book solve. With fiction, we don't really have this problem. We don't specifically need to show benefit here, but what we need to do is to make a cover which will attract attention and provoke the desire to learn more. And I should also mention that each fiction genre has its own style, and that helps the potential readers who don't know about the book anything by looking at the cover understand what kind of book it is. Also, you should take into account that the Amazon, for example, has very small images. I mean, if you've gone to the Amazon's website and looked at the list of books, you can notice how small the book covers look. So you have to make sure that your cover will look well on thumbnail as well. And then besides that, there is another issue too. The thing is that on Kindle, you see the cover image in black and white. So it would be nice that your cover looks quite decent and nice in black and white too. What I would suggest is before you go and order your cover or look it in the pre-made catalogs, you make a mini marketing research. It's very easy. You just go through the bestsellers in your book category and just see what their covers look like, and it's most probably the ones which the readers like, since it's sold quite well, and that can become a good starting point, and it will give you at least an approximate image of what can be done. Besides that, once your book cover draft is ready, you could show it to people and get their feedback. And believe me, very often they come back with very valid points which you didn't notice in the beginning or did not think of. But, once they tell you about that, you will look at the cover in completely different eyes. So try to find people, ideally, people who read these type of books like the ones you've written, so they are familiar with the covers of that genre. Also, in one of my interviews, which will be coming up soon with the writer Arvind Devalia, I found out that there has been done a research where they found out that the most picked up books in the bookstores are the ones who have either orange or yellow covers. So the color also matters, and I guess brighter they are, more attention they attract. So since I write fiction, I can tell that for my fiction books, I usually used pre-made covers. And when I was looking for those, I made research and found many websites which offered good quality and affordable book covers. So I've pulled them all together in a small PDF ebook, and I'm offering it for you for free. You can get those together with the 2 ebooks I already had for free for you. So now you'll be getting 3 books, yeah. Simply, what you have to do is go to www.anialexander.com/free. Ani spelled ANI. And you will get 3 ebooks, all of them for free. So one ebook will be with 365 prompts that will save you from any writer's block. The second one will be an ebook with marketing checklists on what to do after you've written the book. And the third one will be a resource featuring the places to get professional covers that sell your book without breaking the bank. So as I said, www.anialexander.com/free, and it's all for you there. So go and grab them now. Well, that was it for today. Subscribe to the podcast to make sure you don't miss any episodes. Tomorrow will be the second episode from the Book Magnet series, where I will be talking about Book Magnet number 2, the book title. And if you have a minute, just 1 minute, not more, and you would like to help this podcast grow, please leave a review on iTunes. It will be really, really appreciated, and it will have a huge impact on the podcast ratings. So thanks a lot in advance for leaving a review. Thanks a lot for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.